Hey Cool Geeks, it's Amerie, and today I'm going to share with you my August TBR. This is going to be pretty quick because I am rolling over a lot of my books from Booktubeathon. Even though Booktubeathon isn't over yet, I'm rolling them over into my August TBR because I haven't had a chance to read them yet. I average about 1 book a week. So in any given month, I've probably read anywhere between 3 to 5 books. So I already knew going into Booktubeathon that I probably wouldn't finish 7 books, but August is a perfect time to finish, especially because I've already started some of those. Now, I told you guys before that I am an extremely moody reader. I'm changing what I want to read at all times. That said, I've actually added a couple of other books to this TBR. So I have my Booktubeathon TBR as well as a couple of additional books. But Booktubeathon isn't over yet, so there's still time. So to go over somewhat quickly the books that I have on my TBR that I've rolled over from Booktubeathon: Get in Trouble by Kelly Link. This is a short story collection, told you guys all about it. If you want to know more in depth what these books are about, definitely check out the Booktubeathon TBR. I haven't finished it yet. I have about 3 stories left. I just find it more enjoyable digging into a short story collection instead of reading them all at once. That's what I've been doing with Books of Blood, volumes 1 through 3 by Clive Barker. I was about to say Clive Owen. I don't think he writes, not to my knowledge. So yes, I'll be dipping in and out of this. I probably will finish this next week, if not at the end of Booktubeathon, but I don't want to rush it. The Little Prince. I did plan on reading this to fulfill the challenge of reading something without letting it go. I may still do that, I'm not sure, but I'm currently reading something, so I don't want to pick it up just yet unless I'm sure that I won't let it go. Noughts and Crosses. I have yet to get to this, and I seriously doubt that this is going to happen during Booktubeathon because Booktubeathon is over tomorrow, I believe, or midnight tonight. So this is not going to happen because I am currently reading 2 books at once. So not yet, not yet. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, also rolling over. I'm actually halfway through this book. This is something that I've just been reading on and off. I'm going to finish reading this book sometime this month, and then I'm going to stop. I'm not going to continue reading the Harry Potter books until I can really marathon the rest of the series because I really just want to sink myself into that world without any interruption. Stephen King's 11/22/63. You guys already know how much I love this book. I've been raving about it. I love, 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 love it. Now, I took a pause during Booktubeathon because I came across my next book, and I definitely don't want to stop reading that, although I would feel like I love them equally well, if not maybe the other. No, I love them both. I will continue with this after I finish reading what I'm currently reading right now, which is Americana. You guys already know about this. I've told you so much about it. I am currently on 385, so I have about 25% of the book left. Fantastic read. This is actually the book that I picked up because it fulfilled the challenge of reading a novel by an author whose last name begins with the first letter of my last name. Ngozi, I'm not sure if that's her family name, her maiden name, or a middle name. I counted it. Definitely one of my favorites of the year. Definitely one of my favorites of all time. As soon as I finish this, I'm going right back into the Stephen King novel. One point I want to make here before I continue: I usually don't like to read multiple books at once. I like to just live in one book at a time. I like to read one book in as few sittings as possible, taking my time while reading. If I'm really loving a book, I'll read something and then go back and reread the paragraph again or reread the sentence again, which is why it takes me longer to read. Which is why I'm reading Americana and I stopped reading 11/22/63. I normally don't like to read multiple books at once, and with Americana and 11/22/63 and the Harry Potter novel, and I already have the short stories going, I just felt like it was a little too much. I wanted to just finish what I had on my plate. But I'm loving Americana. I'm loving 11/22/63. I am officially out of my reading slump. Another book I want to get to this month is Serpentine or Serpentine by Cindy Pon. This is a fantasy novel about a young Chinese girl who is a handmaiden and best friend to a very wealthy young girl. At night, something overtakes. I'm trying to figure out how to tell you this without explaining too much, so I don't want to spoil you. I will say that at night, something overtakes her. There's a secret that she carries. It's a fantasy adventure. I've read the sample of this story, and I have to say, when I read it, I could not stop thinking about it, which is why I have this copy, because my girl Christina at the Lushables went to BEA and picked this book up for me, especially because she knew I could not stop thinking about it and I really wanted to read the whole story. Read the sample. It's just very lush, it's very detailed, very atmospheric, without being flowery. I loved the writing. The beginning of the story unfolded in a very beautiful way, and I'm really looking forward to finishing this story. My girl at the Lushables already loves it, so that's a great sign. And finally, The Martian by Andy Weir. Now, I actually picked up this book a long time ago. I picked it up from the bookstore, dug in right away, and then I ended up putting it down on page page 71. The concept's really interesting, and they're making it into a film starring Matt Damon, so he's basically playing another bugged out astronaut, if you guys haven't seen Interstellar. So he's crazy again. Well, no, I don't think he's crazy in this. He's in a lot of trouble, we'll say that. The main character is part of a mission to Mars. He ends up getting left behind after a storm, and he has to figure out how to survive for years until someone can come and pick him up. From what I got through, the story's really interesting as far as being very detailed in the aspects of survival, how he's able to stretch food, make his own food. It's like MacGyver in space, and the character has a good sense of humor. What made me put the book down is that somewhere in there you change perspectives, and you have the main character's perspective, which is first person, and then you go into third person perspective back on Earth. And something about it was feeling very like melodramatic, USA TV-ish. You're in space, he's explaining why something's either working or not working, and then we cut, and I could like see the cut in my head to the space station. I was feeling a bit like a USA Today movie. So that element wasn't clicking with me, but I want to give it another try, especially because they are going to make it into a movie, and I definitely want to see the film because it looks really good. But I usually don't like going to film adaptations without reading the book first. So we're giving The Martian another go. So that's my August TBR. I'm pretty much going to stick to this. I have blinders. I'm not going to let any other books distract me from my goal. And I really want to read these books, so it looks like the TBR is going to be stuck to this month. Thanks for watching the video, you guys. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Don't forget to share the video as well. Wherever you want, spread it to the world. And don't forget to talk to me in the comments. Let me know if some of your Booktubeathon books are spilling over into August, or if you've just given up on them completely. Don't forget to see me at my new Twitter at @BBAmarie. And don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Bye! This book is best not knowing too much going in. It's dark, there's a very mysterious atmosphere. It's hard for me to just decide how I felt about anything because I felt like it was just so hard for me to read for the last 2.5 months.